The Gothic Cologne Cathedral and her brave starkness. Are the demons and gargoyles of the century-old modernities still seeping its grandeurs of grandness? There lies within the center of the castle a treasure in which no soul can enter without the passage of wisdom, and one woman can only withstand the grotesque creatures that surround the diamond. For what she sees are images of demons and goblins who can decisively bring to end a Grand Duke who will fight the war-torn deceptions of these conceited and forced demonizations of a living presence. And yet, can these demonic forces win him? A Grand Duke, I say, knows the only way to the center is through the heart of a woman, and only he knows who she is. For the center diamond hidden in the castle is war-torn before the sight of her beauty, and she smiles in a dereliction that demons cannot stand, and she reads in a formed intellect that the demons cannot fight, and she decides with a firmness that the demons cannot come near her. Or is it the Grand Duke they see, and she hidden under his embrace? The demons see confusion, and know where to find the confusion, and confuse even more. But the woman whom he loves smiles, and the confusion is defeated. And Germany and Poland have a fatherhood well loved by a daughter who smiles. And the memories of their paternity is so ingrained and sealed on her heart, a fire burns with a piercing light. And she hides in the ordinary daily living, and at the core is her extraordinary grace. And who is the face she sees in the extraordinary of the ordinary? Is bridegroom ordinary? She poses a question. Or a bride significant in the ordinary? The question comes. And what arises is a betrothal, so ordinary for the marriage is extraordinarily ordinary. The quest of the heart of a woman is a dimension of diamonds and jewels in which a treasure is found, and whoever finds her will find an eternal bliss of goodness, where the distance is a paradise with original and justice, so determined by the Creator of man and woman. For her there is only one bridegroom, and his face is very certain. Her inheritance is an heiress of an eternal glory, and the jewels of the earth that burn in the fires of a hell are the significance of a jewel that dies in the fires, and can be stolen by a blink of an eye. But the jewels of her heart is like the golden shackles of chains that are seen hidden in the criminal chambers of reputation, that die away only when the inheritance is not condemned. And for her, the inheritance is never condemned by the prince of his authority and kingdom. Though hidden in the sight of men, her heart and significance is an eternal glory, and they cannot withstand her authority in this realm. For her crown is brighter than the crown of this earthen vessel. The ancestry of heirloom and virginity. Shall the generational convictions of a virgin be seen by the few, and the few no dissension? Though they are few, the vastness of their horizon is a lamp, and how the lamp shines in the dark of the few cannot be fathomed even in the dissension. Your conversion, dear woman, is seen by a man who fought for you, and your difficulty is seen by all who hear you. The conversion is towards an expansion of the heart, towards a greater deed, dear lady, of condolence and fatigue of honor. And perhaps the kind friendship of the Queen of Hungary can teach you the heart of the bridegroom who loves you. When you grasp the burden of motherhood, there is condition for you, dear woman, that to believe is not a burden. To believe is an inheritance that should have not been fought for, but freely given as pure gift from a descendants of old upon old. And your calling and vocation is predetermined by a distance from what your husband had to persuade or condole. The sacrament was amiss on the day of your wedding, and for this you will know the distance. Who is the Grand Duke? They ask. Shall a sigh come forth from a heart who knows? And though you may ask, will he procure an agenda? The embrace of a love is known by her kindness, and the kindness is seen. And if you know not the question to the answer, and answer with your own heart the question, then perhaps you will find who he is to her kindness, and how he is to her goodness, and why he is the Grand Duke of her heart. Why is Christ the bridegroom such a distance to your wisdom? When a woman is in love, is it not Christ she has fallen in love with? The princess is wise and knows the wisdom, is a queen of heaven. The paternal daughter knows when the bridegroom is near, and her father of the bride, dimension of constancy, will tell her that she is not willing to love her husband. The distance of the border of schism. Shall the petitions of a daughter be for one family, or for a divine family? The universal call is so uniquely transparent that the oneness of your petitions are heard with one gasp before the human family. Shall I ask for the health of one baby, and not for the health of all? And there is a spot on the kitchen floor, and shall I not address it? One inkling of desire that is fulfilled with the greatest love finites the infinite of your gestures. For you ask, and yet what you insist on brings a distance to your dignity as who he is to you as his beloved bride. And so even the difficulty of notice remains a spot on the floor. Now, if you came as a little daughter of generous charity to a paternal goodness, and simply approach the Father with the spot on the floor, he will tell you, the hands I give you are made to notice the hand who cleans it. And during the cleansing, there is a generation of intensities already at work with this one act of love. Because the one you noticed is the one who cleaned it. And the schism are those who think they're the one who cleaned it.